Hey guys, how are y'all doing today on this fine, beautiful day? Where I'm at, the sun is shining. It's nice. It's cool, chilly. Happy Thieves Giving, or happy stealing and killing and pillaging giving. Listen, I think that all you should do on this day, a lot of Black Americans use this day and celebrate this day still, and they really don't even celebrate it the way white people celebrate it. We celebrate it as a way to just come in, socialize with our family, our friends, eat some good food, have some good laughs. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. We don't celebrate it the same way tethers, immigrants. I'm just being real. A whole lot of immigrants, they don't celebrate, and they look forward to Thanksgiving as, oh yeah, the great American holiday, yeah. And a lot of them, they, use that as an opportunity to get together too. But, you shouldn't wait on a certain day that, the government or whatever has designated to you to get together and socialize and all that. Even though, most stores and all that are closed around this time. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. First of all, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me tell you something about Charlie Kirk, man. This guy, one of the best comedians to ever live, because beyond the grave, he is still giving us laughs. He is still giving us premium content. This guy, man, he has done something, he's been doing something that has just been so funny, all right? And I'm going to show you this clip real quick. Enough chatter. Before I show you that, remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let's get into the clip real quick.
Charlie Kirk was subscribed to my spicy site. I know this may come as a shock to most of you because he was so adamant at speaking out against my community, but I felt it was right to bring this to the surface so everyone can see how Republican men are secretly in love with the dolls. Alright, here is a photo from my spicy site of the legal name taken from the credit card used to subscribe and how much money he spent on me. So let that sink in, folks. I don't care how many cease and desist emails his team tries to send me, and I don't care how much hush money they try to give me. The truth.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that hurts the heart, doesn't it? It hurts the heart of a lot of white boys. A lot of you incel white boys, you red pillars, all you conservative kids. Oh man, it hurts the heart, doesn't it? That hurts the heart. That Charlie Kirk, the guy that a lot of y'all weren't even really listening to. Y'all really wasn't. Yeah, a lot of y'all, that dude was falling off. That I forgot he was even doing the college campus thing until he got shot. Like, I forgot about that. I'm sure a lot of them forgot about that too, because they were too busy focused on black people. But anyway, look, let's go back to that screenshot real quick, because look at this dude was dropping money. I don't give a damn how rich you are. 30K is 30K. Look, 30K, it's 30K, dude. And first of all, I myself, I wouldn't even trick ever. Listen, I gotta be like an old ass man with no goals, no aspirations. I haven't built up anything in myself to even consider tricking. Because at that point, okay, yeah, nigga, you gotta pay to play. But you tricking off of one of them? You tricking off of the Transformers? You tricking off of the Transformers as a dude that sits there talking about some family values and the virtues of being a Christian? Charlie Kirk, listen, and at this point, us saying that Charlie Kirk is in hell is not up to like being subjective or anything. If you are of the Christian faith, without a doubt, Charlie Kirk is in hell. You know this, right? The Christians that are sitting there worshiping Charlie Kirk and saying, oh, he's up in hell. No, he's in hell. Just off of this alone. Come on now. Let's not be in La La Land. We know where he's at right now, just off of this alone. And a whole lot of conservatives are real quiet about this. They're real quiet. They're real quiet because they know what it is. They know what these RNC conventions are filled to the brim with the F word. They are filled to the brim with the homosexuals. A lot of these conservative white boys are very much so. Why do you think Why do you think so many tether and like conservative black men, they're always usually gay? You know exactly the type that I'm talking about. They're either gay or they seem like they're down low because they're down to hop on white daddy dick. In their head, that's what it is. They are down to hop on that. You see all these clips of these moist ass conservative black men. You gotta have some dots connect. You gotta be like, hold on now. Wait a second. Why are so many of y'all fruity? That shit is not by accident. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. That PragerU black dude with the damn, always looking like a cartoon character and shit with the dye, trying to act like he's spitting some facts when all he's doing is spitting semen. Yeah, that dude. There's some others I'm gonna name, but I'm gonna keep it at that. This shit's not by accident. Let me tell you something. I found a little clip on TikTok to support my claim. How Grindr just goes crazy at these RNC Republican conventions, man. It goes crazy. Check this clip out.
The utterly silly story of Grindr at the Republican National Convention. Every 4 years, eager Republicans travel from all over the land to meet up in person and decide the direction of their party. It's no secret that the GOP is openly hostile to the LGBTQ community. So what is a gay Republican supposed to do? Either A, live an openly gay lifestyle and face rejection by your community. B, suppress your sexuality and live an inauthentic life, turning that hate and shame inward and become a shell of a man. Or option C, every 4 years, buy a burner phone, travel to the Republican National Convention and open an anonymous account and spend the entire week making up for half a decade of lost hookups. During the 2016 convention in Cleveland, Ohio, anonymous men on the app, Grindr, looking for down-low hookups increased 165%. Nearly all these users installed the app just for the convention and deleted it immediately afterwards. It's worth noting that year the Republican platform condemned gay marriage as immoral and harmful to America, while at the same time, anywhere from 5 to 10% of the attendees were engaging in hookups. This year, the data shows that the amount of white male attendees looking for other white male attendees skyrocketed. Hundreds of new photo-less accounts have been created, and location data shows that nearly all these accounts are inside the arena. The spike was so great that Grindr crashed for a few hours in the area, and sporadic outages have occurred throughout the week. And yet the RNC speakers continue to spout ignorant rhetoric, while the men in the audience stare at their phones looking for the night's next hookup.
Sheesh! I feel like Draco the ruler. Listen, this is in white society's nature. Listen, they sit there, and I'm not a fan of LGBTQ community. I'm just be honest. That's my opinion. I should be able to have that opinion. I don't want anything to do. I don't have anything to do. I don't care about that community. But the hypocrisy, man. The hypocrisy is embedded in white culture. You guys talk about, all black people do is commit crimes. You look at their stats, they're committing a lot of crimes. They want to be like, per capita. They're committing a whole lot of crimes. They want to hide behind per capita. They want to talk about, the gays, the trans, degeneracy. Y'all got a whole lot of, not only the homosexual stuff going on, y'all got cuck fetishes going on. We see this. There was a video, and I'm not going to post the video because it's got a lot of, unseemly stuff on it, but there's this feature that's been added to Twitter. I need to make a video on it because it exposed a whole lot of tethers, a whole lot of agents. But let me tell you something. There's a video that's covering on Twitter where it says, it shows like all these accounts that basically, it's a white boy that posted this. All these accounts that were doing like, white women having sex with black men, that were having all sort of black male dominance. Basically it was pages for basically white cucks sitting there like, oh, white boy, your dick's so small, and all that shit. You already know what I mean. And this white boy made a video showing, oh, all these accounts they're in these countries. They're not in the United States. They're in these countries. And everybody in the comment section was like, hey, dude, yeah, you're exposing yourself because you're sitting there showing us all these pages. A lot of us didn't even know about these pages. He's sitting there, his argument was like, oh, they pushed this forward to us. Dude, no, they pushed that shit onto you because that's what's on your page. He was going page after page after page after page, trying to quote unquote expose it. All he did was expose himself. Come on. Like, they're not very bright. They're not very bright people. I'm not speaking about white people. I'm speaking about white supremacists. Not very bright people at all. And let's not even bring black into it. They just degenerates on their own. You see that video? They were pressing all that homosexual energy, and they wait a couple years and they're just like, oh man, let me make this anonymous account on Grindr. Let me meet up with somebody. They're probably trying to meet up with a black daddy. You already know. They're trying to get that up out the way. Let's not even mention the diseases that they could be passing around. All the disgusting STDs, HIV that they could be passing around. Because the condom can keep you safe from a lot of that stuff, but there's still that 2% that says, hey, you could still get something. But either way, you shouldn't be doing that. If you one of them, you're one of them. Just go ahead and do it. All right, buddy? Be out with it. Don't sit there trying to condemn a couple people, a group of people, and you over here, you part of that group of people because you hate yourself that much. Same thing what they do with us, with black people. Man, let me tell you something. Do you know why white collar crime? White collar crime, if you sitting there and you scamming, that's why there's so many scammers nowadays. You sitting there and you scamming, and you get caught up with that. You scammed off like fucking 20 million, 200 million. And you get 20 years, 10 years. I mean, damn, you could have really stuffed some money away. I would have, man, if I was one, I don't do that personally myself. Not at all. But hey, look, you do them 20 years, you stuff like a couple million away, you still sitting pretty. And you probably gonna go right back to the scamming shit. But versus niggas sitting there selling rock or whatever, weed, whatever, all that. They sit there, they throw the book at them. Mostly because the government can't tax, drug dealers and all that, not like that. But the main reason is because the main people doing these white collar crimes are white people. They got a whole bunch of, man, the insider trading shit. You kidding me? The insider trading shit, that is white people all over. That's them. That's why a lot of these white collar crimes, they're not even, if they're punished, they get punished with a slap on the wrist and shit, because that's mainly white people doing it. They got traditions and they got methods that are passed down generation upon, showing you, okay, Sonny, this is how you can maintain our wealth. It's not legal, but this is how you can maintain our wealth. It's not legal, but the law doesn't really care because we got white skin. But yeah, them little penny ninny ass scams with them Indians sitting there trying to speak broken English to you, man, them scams ain't shit compared to the shit white people be doing. You kidding me? Stop it. But yeah, anyway, I say all that to highlight the hypocrisy of white society. This is not just white people or conservatives or homosexuals, which a lot of them are, homosexual men. They sitting there with repressed anger and all that because they want to be fucking on femboys and shit. They be going over to Thailand trying to fuck on femboys and shit. Trying to fuck on underage hookers and all that shit. Just disgusting debauchery. Sitting there trying to read that Bible, and in the back of your head, you're like, you think, come on, all them demons in the back of your head, you still trying to read the Bible and think, man, I'll be saved, salvation. Get the fuck out of here, man. And they will sit in your face knowing that they're doing that shit. See, black people, man, when you catch them in some shit like that, all they can do is be quiet. You catch a white boy doing some shit like that, they'll make up an excuse. They'll start saying, oh man, get the fuck up out of here, man. You see all them catch a predator videos. As soon as they catch a white boy, they get to fucking, they get to explaining. They get to being like, hey, look, I thought she was 18. I thought she was like 21. Hey, bro, look, check it out, bro. Bro, I thought she said she was 21. She said she was 20. All that stuff. That shit is not coincidence, man. They have a culture of not taking accountability. And then when they tell us all this bullshit to black people, oh, they don't take account. That's projection. You guys are the poster children for not taking accountability. The fuck out of here. And this highlights another thing, this whole gay shit right here. Because not only you got the liberals over here being fruity, right? And you know, listen, I don't mean to be offensive to anyone, but I'm just defensive in nature. Listen, you got the liberal boys being fruity, being femboys and all that shit. And then you got the conservative boys being like, oh man, that shit's disgusting. That shit is disgusting. Busting out their wallet as they saying that shit's disgusting. That shit's gross. God will punish you for that, as he's bringing out the $100 out his wallet slowly. Oh, God is gonna punish you for that disgusting debauchery. So how much for like 2 hours? How much for like 2 hours of your time? Or they not even getting the fuck. This nigga Charlie Kirk sitting over here sending messages, spending $30,000 to send messages. $30,000. I just be sitting there looking at shit like that. 30,000. I'd be sitting there shit like, you know, Verbal Ace and all that. That one black dude that was sitting there that spent $50,000 for animation of a white, unattractive fucking character in a horrible indie cartoon. He spent $50K on animation. I'm just thinking, man, the shit I could do with that amount of money. And these niggas are sitting there trying to get fat material. Jesus Christ. And to top it all off, his last activity on the fucking app was the day that he died. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. And they're probably gonna have it so it comes out in some which way. They're gonna probably put the belt on that, you know, transformer, and that transformer is gonna come out saying, oh, I was lying, or because the transformers probably they're saying this and that. It's saying this and that, talking about some, oh, I can't get no hush money. You guys can't pay me. Man, if they drop that bag off, $2 million is going to be enough for that transformer to sit here and do a 180 and be like, oh, guys, I was lying. My bad. I was lying. I swear I was lying. Let them get that $2 million. In this economy, $2 million? Oh, on a dime. Stop that shit. That motherfucker can sit there and stunt all he wants to. What the hell are you fooling? But anyway, I just want to end this off to do another jab at Myron Gaines real quick. A friendly reminder that Myron Gaines is a homosexual man. He can sit there and be mad at black people all day, all he wants. You know, Black Daddy is mad as fuck at us. He wants to sit there spitting all that bullshit ass rhetoric that he sees on Twitter and 4chan to get his white red pill incel audience all riled up and to keep watching his dead channel and dead streams, you know. But at the end of the day, Myron, you are a gay man. You can sit there trying to pander to the white boys and defective Negroes all you want, them ignorant immigrants, all right, ignorant tethers, all right, not all immigrants are ignorant, but you know, enough. But all that women hating, like, dude, even before I even seen pictures like this of Myron hugged up on men, like the way he just is angry, purely just angry at women. Like, I've made videos getting women together. I have never been sitting there being like, you fucking bitch, you stuck that. Like, bro, this guy will be angry towards women. And it's just like, okay, this is something else. This is something else. And lo and behold, on your screen right here, hugged up on white men. Hugged up. I'm not making this stuff up, man. Like I said earlier with those gay black conservative men. They want to be under whiteness so much because they worship it. They worship it in their countries, these tethers. They worship whiteness in their countries. There was a live stream that, Jason Black did this live stream the other day covering that video with Professor Small. Professor Small was talking about that whole live stream talking about is the FBA, the CIA, and all this extra ass goofy shit. And, Jason Black, of course, tore it apart. There was just so many points in there that Professor Small made that if you just sat there and you looked at Tariq Nasheed videos or Professor Black Truth's videos, or hell, if you just go up to Yvette Carnell's Twitter, she'll give you a little game on this shit. She'll even give you a little game on this shit. And Yvette Carnell's primary thing that she does is not to sit there and call out the tethers. And she'll even give you a little game if you go on her Twitter. But the reason I'm mentioning that live stream is because there was this one question that came up that Jason Black said, what is the white person's akata? What is the word that Africans use? How they call Black Americans akata and all that. What is their word for white people? And one of the callers called up and they said, their akata for white people, African immigrants, is God. That's their akata for white people. And I sat there and I was like, man, this motherfucker is right. That is their word for white people. That is their akata for white people. It sure the hell is. So yeah, these immigrants, tethers, we already know what the deal is. I'm not trying to shift the goalpost. Point being, let me end it off with this. First of all, any down low man, any gay man, if you think you're gonna take that shit to the grave in the area of social media, think again. That shit's gonna get exposed sooner or later. All you RNC convention white conservative men sitting there sneaking dick, listen, just come out as gay. What's the issue? You got Nick Fuentes over here switching his hips and having his limp all wrist. Having his wrist all limp, my bad, being limp wristed. What's the issue? Come on now. But hey, look, like, comment, subscribe to this video if you got a laugh out of it. Charlie Kirk, you was a bad man. You was being a bad boy when you was alive, dude. You was being bad in more ways than one. The last time he was on Earth, the last day he was on Earth was the same day he was trying to look at some boy pussy. And I'll end it off on there. Hey, and you know what? One more thing. Since we're on the topic, man, you notice how all these divestors and these Cynthia G weave wearing brigades, they're always sitting there walking around, running around talking about all black men are gay and all this bullshit and all that. Yet you hear stories like the RNC convention, you see all sorts of examples. You see white boys wearing fishnets. You see white boys tooting it up, letting women spank them with whips and shit. You see this shit all over Instagram. You see them making jokes talking about, oh, I wish I could have like a femboy or some shit like that. I know everybody's been seeing that. You see all types of examples where white boys are just acting fruity, outright fruity. And they trying to play it off as a joke. But you'll never hear no divestors sitting there talking about some, oh, all white men are gay. You'll never hear that. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Family, I'm going for real.